And this is Night Beat News, Ontario's most watched nightly news program, with Tim Weber and the award-winning CFTO News team.
Through the streets of major cities all over North America today in celebration of Gay Pride Day. Here in Toronto, an estimated 10,000 gathered for a colorful parade along Yonge Street. Despite the burgeoning AIDS crisis, which has infected many in Toronto's gay community, today's festivities resembled the New Orleans Mardi Gras. Participants came from all over Ontario and western New York State. Despite, or perhaps because of the AIDS scare, this year's Toronto Gay Pride Parade is being called the largest ever.
Metro's gay and lesbian community was out in full force for Lesbian and Gay Pride Day. Rightfully proud was the message in a downtown parade followed by a Church Street festival.
We agree that nowadays it's rather dangerous not just to worry for yesterday. Just use your condoms before you play. Brothers, will the next event, the night we like to spend, you welcome. Mister, don't forget.
Our presence here today really shows that it is not simply about privacy, it's about something much more important even than that. It's about the right to be oneself with one's friends and with one's public, and the right to express oneself in the world. That's what it's all about.
8,000 to 10,000 people took part in the events. Metro's gay community is well organized and committed to the prevention of AIDS. Health specialist Judy Halliday says that policy played prominently in the day's festivities.
There's a serious undercurrent to all the festivities of Lesbian Gay Pride Day. The homosexual community in Canada has lost 412 of its own to AIDS, a virus that destroys the body's immune system.
Would you like one? I can give it to you. You'll find something to do with it.
The community is fighting back with condoms and information. I noticed you've been handing out condoms. Has that been successful?
People take them. They grin a lot sometimes. We give them a user's manual to go with them. And some people offer to do demonstrations if they want, to loosen them up, because people are a little bit leery of getting a condom in their hand from a stranger. But we want to make condoms acceptable and normal part of people's sexual life so they can live longer and healthier.
Prevention is not the only concern of the community. It has also mobilized to provide care for people with AIDS in the form of Casey House, a hospice in which people in the last stages of the disease will find compassion, support, and certified health care.
We are in the midst of doing the decorating and furnishing right now, and unfortunately we're running into costs we didn't expect, such as moving a wall so there'll be more room for stretchers. A bathtub that can take a stretcher costs $20,000. So we are looking for a lot more money. We need much more help than we thought we did.
One last balloon for Casey House. I'll take it. $1 balloon.
The gay community is taking AIDS seriously. If the spread of the disease is to be stopped, heterosexuals will have to do the same thing. On Church Street, I'm Judy Halliday for City Pulse Tonight.
Up the shade, take down the top. I love the sun and I won't stop. But don't think I just want to fry. I got my Coppertone by my side. Yakety yak!
Summertime's back.
The makers of Coppertone want to remind you that while the sun's going to last all summer, your skin has to last a lifetime. So help protect it from dryness with Coppertone. Coppertone for the tan you want and the moisture protection you need.
Yakety yak!
Summertime's back.
A man can feel a shower coming on. He can feel the rain and hear it sung. A man can feel a shower coming down. Then he's got springtime all year round. Feeling fresh, feeling clean, feeling strong.
Feel the power of an Irish spring shower.
Good evening. Our top story tonight, Vive la différence. That's the theme that wove through today and into tonight during Lesbian and Gay Pride Day. Church Street is all quiet now. Many of the gay revelers are celebrating at a variety of club parties across the city. But all quiet was not the case earlier, as thousands of celebrants jammed Church Street to celebrate their sexuality. Laura Di Battista was there.
Gone are the days when being gay meant hiding in a closet. Thousands of homosexuals from all over Canada and parts of the U.S. converged on Toronto's unofficial gay village on Church Street today to celebrate Lesbian and Gay Pride Day. Believe it or not, Metro Police were responsible for first starting Gay Pride Day. In 1981, 4 Toronto gay bathhouses were raided, resulting in the arrests of 300 men. So in its first real show of unity, Toronto's gay community took to the streets in a huge protest. But the mood of today's march was one of celebration. It even featured 2 high-profile parade marshals, Karen Andrews, who was fighting the courts for same-sex OHIP benefits, and Canada's first openly gay MP, SVEND Robinson. There were solemn moments as well in today's celebration. An AIDS memorial listed the names of Canadians who have been killed by the deadly disease. A few protesters stood on the sidelines but had little effect on the festivities. Once again, Toronto Mayor Art Eggleton refused to officially declare today Gay Pride Day. But one of the marchers told me that it's happened so often in the past that it's almost become a part of the tradition. The march was endorsed, however, by the councillors and aldermen in Wards 6 and 7. From Church Street, I'm Laura Di Battista for City Plus Tonight.
While most AIDS victims have been gay, the names of many heterosexuals and even babies are listed on this memorial. The gay community says that message is important because it feels the public still views AIDS as a gay disease.
I don't see how anyone could walk through here and read these individual names without coming out wanting to do all possible to stop the epidemic.
The tribute to AIDS victims comes on Lesbian and Gay Pride Day. More than 10,000 gay men and women gathered in the heart of Toronto to celebrate who they are and to offer one another support in the face of fear about AIDS.
It's coming together as the same idea as a family. You can argue within your family, and everybody within the family is an individual, but if something attacks your family, you all stand together.
A few weeks ago, the federal government promised to spend $129 million on AIDS over the next 5 years. Many here say that's not enough.
This is one of the most important healthcare crises in the country. We've raised it in the House, we'll continue to raise it, and it's time that we had a government that made this a priority.
The gay community here wants the federal government to spend a lot more money on AIDS education and research. To that end, it plans to make sure its voice is heard by government in coming months, especially during the next federal election. Marina Mirabella, CBC News, Toronto.
Several bands were on hand, and there were a number of displays. The highlight of the day was the Gay Pride Parade.
Well, I think it's a day that everyone can come out and show that they're noticed and show that we all should be counted. I think it's a really important day to show that there's a lot of us in this city and that, you know, we should be recognized for how we feel and what we're doing.
This year, the parade's Grand Marshal was SVEND Robinson, the NDP Member of Parliament from Burnaby, BC, who publicly came out of the closet earlier this year.
Here, a whole float load. Here, a car load.
Hi, how you doing?
The organizers say it was all aimed at letting people be themselves.
Norman David Saint-Onge, 1952 to 1985.
The downside was the opening of Canada's first AIDS memorial. It gave people here a chance to remember the 1,000 Canadians who have died of AIDS-related illnesses.
Glenn Gilmore, died 1988. Leo Lawrence Julian, 1928 to 1988.
As the names were read, Organizers noted the growing death list underscores the need for more government action.
Better education, better access to experimental drugs and therapies that do have a track record elsewhere in Europe and the U.S.
Some would call AIDS the plague of gays. In fact, 90% of the names listed here are those of gay men. But organizers of this project are quick to point out AIDS is a virus that hits not only gays.
In the United States, in some places, it's hitting straight women harder than it is gay men right now.
By tonight, more than 200 more names had been added. Efforts are underway to establish a permanent AIDS memorial in this city. STU PATERSON, CBC News, Toronto.
There's more to come on News Final. We'll have the weather forecast, and it's going to be
as a designer,
cool
I design
night.
dresses.
We're all people, and this is our expression of the fact that we are human and we're people and we have a right to be here.
What does this day represent? It's just a celebration, a good time. It's a celebration of achievements that have been, accomplishments throughout the past year, and it's a good time for everybody just to have fun with it.
But despite the festive mood here, Gay Pride Day had a deeper meaning for some.
Gay Pride Day is an event where we show the world that we are proud of ourselves, okay, that we are just the same as everybody else. We don't mean anything by our actions. We are people just like anybody else, heterosexuals, and we want to show the world that we deserve to be in today's society. We deserve to have the same respect that heterosexuals do.
MP SVEND Robinson, who has declared his homosexuality, was the Gay Pride Parade Marshal.
Well, we're hoping that people will look at the strength of the gay and lesbian community and realize the time has come for equality.
In Toronto, Kathy Renwald, TV11 Newsroom.